It's time to get a little less serious about wrestling. This is the Alternate Commentary Table with lifelong friends.
Notice your difference in size.
And lifelong wrestling fans.
Each is a very capable performer, and each is a little too clever to give the other boy much of an advantage.
Mitch Hontzias.
Credits himself with a lot of power.
And Dimitri Korolis.
So that he got all that power from drinking raw olive oil all through his youth.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You're listening to the Alternate Commentary Table, brought to you by the Celebrate Wrestling Podcast Network. I'm really happy to be here. It's a great podcast network. I just want to say we have a lot of great things, a lot of great shows. McGuire on Wrestling, Legends and Champions from the other side of the pond.
All right, stop it.
Oh, hi, Dadi.
Stop it.
Hi, you're here.
Stop it.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's happening. It's happening. It's been, what is this, a year and a bit in the making?
That, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Just shy of, because it was, it was after the last Dungeon show, I think, that we did this. So, yeah, November Pain of 2024.
That's correct.
To today. So, yeah.
Perfect. And speaking of the Dungeon show, you thought I was in the principal's office? I'm in the dungeon because that's right. You're listening to the voice. Daddy is here. I didn't get called in. I'm getting called out. He's here. I got to be on my best behavior today. I was going to let Mitch do the intro. I panicked, but nonetheless, we're all together because we had a fantastic show yesterday at Dungeon Wrestling. We're bringing the band back together, but you are listening to the Alternate Commentary Table. I got to get back into it. I got to get into character. We're happy to be here. Daddy, how you doing? What brings you by?
You know how, and some people who've never worked in large corporations may never have to experience this, but I have, especially when big cuts come and whatnot. And you know how sometimes it'll just be your direct manager that sits you down in the office, and then sometimes they fly in, Bobby McShankleby from HR, and he comes in from his office, and he's got a computer set up in the boardroom, and they call you in like, "Hey, Dimitri, got a minute?"
Just a second. Bring your computer too, by the way.
Yeah, and your keys.
Right, yeah. I don't know if I'm following, but I think I can picture it.
So, as I was flying in from corporate.
But I didn't say it.
But you know what? If I could say something.
Let's go to the tape.
If I could say something on behalf of Dimitri, he's got a big following right now, Mike. A lot of people have chimed in on the Celebrate Wrestling page saying he didn't say it.
And if there was ever a time to take that exact campaign, take your exact clip, and then get a sponsor from like some sort of hearing aid company,
right?
Or some sort of dictation service.
See, I'm thinking about the team, Mike.
No, I'm thinking about the listeners who clearly didn't hear what I heard. And what any sane person heard.
Oh, that's cool.
It was good. And I want to shout out to GWO, but mainly the GW Joe, enforcer. He went to bat for me. He stuck up for me.
That's
and all of you on the Celebrate Wrestling Facebook page, which, by the way, if you're not there, you got to get there.
Yeah, what are you doing?
That's where the real action is at. It's a lot of fun.
Well, let's get kicked off. We got Daddy Mike, Daddy Mike, Daddy Mike in the house.
Feel free to worship me.
Oh, it is so good. When we saw him yesterday, we got so excited. We were so happy. We did. We got a little giddy.
Actually, let's say what really happened, okay? Because tomorrow,
Are we really going to say that?
I'm going to say literally how it went down. So tomorrow on the show, we actually had our annual Christmas conversation with Bret the Hitman Hart. He's going to be part of the upcoming holiday hullabaloo. Surprise, surprise. But I had to ask him about the big news that happened here. You guys are Calgarians. You know the news already.
That's right.
Some have seen the news, but Bret Hart attended a ceremony to honor his dad here in Calgary. They've named a bridge after Stu Hart.
Yeah.
Which is a big deal. So I said, Brett, we got to do it. Normally I wouldn't bug you right now, but let's do the thing, and we'll do the Christmas thing and everything else. So we started talking about the bridge. Conversation was great. We go for almost a half an hour, but in that time, you guys walk in, and so I'm like trying to acknowledge you guys and be like, hey, I'm just doing a thing with Brett here. And so we finally wrap it up. You guys come to the table.
Oh, I know what he's going to say.
Yes. I was like, where's he going? This is the greatest story ever.
You guys come to the table. Brett and I are doing this thing. I pull out what I like to call the surprise Bret Hart merchandise of the interview now. We're going to do this because I collect a lot of Bret stuff, right? And so I pull out something that he said himself he had never seen before, which was cool. So we do that, signs, everything else, and then every show, and I do this, A, because I'm a nerd, but B, it's kind of become custom, is that I always get a shot with Brett before we do the show. It's kind of like my little good luck charm, you know? Like you guys do sports shows, superstition, right? You know, you got to have a little thing. Get my shot with the Hitman, we're going to have a good show. So there's Mitch and Dimitri on the other side, literally on the other side of the commentary table.
Other side of the railing, if
That's
you will.
right.
In the other side of the railing. Where I guess questioning if you belong or not, I don't know, because it was
true.
Mitch, why don't you say what you saw and experienced? Because I felt so bad. I was watching it happen. I'm feeling so bad.
We've all gone through this. This is what happened. Listen, Mr. Hart is a beauty. I mean, the guy gets bombarded with everybody and a bag of chips every time he's around. He doesn't know who's who except for like his close confidants, and that happens to be
and
Mike.
He's still
and
such a
his
pro
family.
about it.
Oh, absolutely.
Which is incredible.
He's got it down to a science.
He's a nice guy, is what it is.
Yeah,
he's a nice guy.
Absolutely. And so, Mike finishes his interview, comes around, me and Dimitri come around the corner, we're standing there like good little altar boys, we're standing there like, hi, how are you? And then Dimitri knows the family, he grew up with the children and stuff, and so I think Brett kind of recognized Dimitri right away, so Dimitri sticks his hand out, hey, how's it going? Then I go put my hand out. Like, in all honesty, Mr. Hart, I don't think so. And even if he did, he goes to do it, but then Mike, by God-given chance, pulls out his phone at the same time. And so where it looks like I'm getting snubbed with the handshake, I grab Mike's phone. I'm like, oh, did you want me to do the selfie, Mike? Did you want me to do the? I'll do it.
Listen.
And the worst part is I saw it happening, but I was already okay, we got to get our shot, Brett. And then I look down and I see Mitch's hand going. I'm like, oh, geez.
It was out there for a good 2 seconds. It was out there. It was hanging.
Yes, the best part for me is you got to think now, Mike and I have not said one word or no interactions with each other, but we both see it happen. And yes, Mitch did the amazing, I'm reaching in for a handshake. I ain't getting it. Quick, smooth recovery,
baby.
All in one shot.
Right.
So that finishes. And then after we all get together, we just start laughing. We're like, that was the
We're talking 3.5 hours later after the match. The first thing that all of us all of us attack Mitch. Everyone attacks Mitch. And
but
what
how
happened?
about the snub?
Starting with Mitch.
I did bring it up.
But it was a good recovery.
Thank you.
But it was the funniest snub I've ever seen in my life.
Agree.
Oh, but great work on you. Great show. It's always good to be back, Daddy. Thank you again for always caring. You did fantastic in the ring. As per usual.
I haven't called a full wrestling show like that in a while, and I think you guys probably noticed I was using my cough button quite a lot because the energy was intense. So what happened was, and I do have the real, I'll give you the straight goods, I'll give you guys the scoop here. We're going to explain what happened with this show. So Dungeon Wrestling normally runs out of the traditional Victoria Pavilion, right? Mm-hmm. That's the home of Stampede Wrestling. That's the only place they want to do shows, which is great. Stampede... from what I heard, okay, and I can't confirm this with them, but the story I heard is that it wasn't so much a double booking, but some wires got crossed, and because the pavilion it's a livestock pavilion, it's an auction house, like that's what it was initially intended to be. If you ever go into an auction, like an actual livestock auction place, you'll go, wow, you can put a wrestling ring in the middle of this, because that's exactly what they did.
That's right.
Yep.
So what happened is that apparently a bunch of livestock showed up this week. And that is, as you guys know, normally the area where we have the dressing rooms. I mean, they cleaned it all out. It's not like a bunch of dirty stalls and everything. But in the back of the pavilion is where they keep all the animals, the horses, the whatever that comes in. So we wouldn't have had a back room. We would be having to share it with like horses or cows or something.
See, that was a missed opportunity because they could have had every wrestler come out on a horse.
Now I agree with that.
Right? WrestleMania 9 all over again, right? With a camel and everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then if you turn around, it's like the champion should be coming out with a chariot, gladiator. He'd have like 4 horses. And then the halftime, instead of the costume, you'd have like a Ben-Hur thing.
Yeah.
There you go.
Great. Just have actual gladiators square off on horseback. But so that's why they switched venues. But I also think that the venue switch was good because all of a sudden, like I don't know what happened, but where I'm down in Lethbridge, they always call it last minute Lethbridge because people only buy tickets to shows like at the last minute.
Oh, okay.
But there was a massive surge of tickets on the last day as well, and you guys were there. you've seen the shots. Like it was packed.
It was a great. You know what? And because the pavilion's a little more intimate, it would have been even crazier. Had
it would have been
there.
nuts.
But yeah, the room yesterday was fantastic, and the people did come out and drove. At first, when me and Dimitri got there, a couple hours after you had got there, because Daddy sets it all up. He is who he is. We came where I was like, man, what's going to happen here? And then the doors open, and it just wouldn't stop.
Legitimate.
We had to start a half an hour later because people were calling and texting, going, "Please don't start without us."
Yeah, and normally I'm a firm believer in the show starts at 7. The show starts at 7, right?
Yeah.
But I'll give you a little more behind the curtain here, because the construction scene, like they're building a whole new arena on those grounds too. So they've torn up a bunch of the parking, a bunch of the access just to that Saddle Dome, that Calgary Stampede Park area. That's already torn up, but right now there's also a ton of construction going on in downtown Calgary, like there always seems to be, but this especially.
Yeah.
What was it, 9th Avenue?
That's right.
Yeah,
Yep.
9th was just a dumpster fire of
It was the right
construction.
call.
Yeah,
It was the right call. Yeah.
and to be honest, this would be the first time, and I can honestly say this, being someone that was around Stampede, especially with Bruce's last iteration of it. No offense, Mr. Bruce Hart. We were still on time for a Hart show. We were still on time there's a thing in the wrestling business known as Hart time, and I made the joke that if this was some other indies I was working for, the ring might not even be here yet. So it's all good, but
Success.
Success is right. Exactly.
Nobody seemed to mind. I mean, obviously, people are getting antsy. They want the show to start, but once the show started, everything delivered, everything hit. I felt it was just great to have Dungeon Wrestling back. So
yeah, it was nice. It was nice to see you guys again. Well, I see Dimitri every week, but Daddy, the three of us, the three amigos again. I felt nice.
I felt really good. Really, really good. And apparently coming up as well, is it January 9th?
January 9th.
Scheduled for another show.
Yeah, back in the pavilion. And it's going to be, I don't know. I've heard some rumblings. We had some great guests. There were some big names on this show. Big names, including, of course, Raj Desi, the former Jinder Mahal. The Maharaja is still your Stu Hart Heritage Heavyweight Champion. Spoiler alert. Yeah. He took on Matt Riddle. And, of course, a lot of conversation around Matt Riddle these days. Some good and some not so good. He is who he is, though. And, I got to say this. And again, I realize there's some people that are going to go like, oh, whatever. But let's talk about him and Kostaki yesterday.
Yeah, exactly. Gentlemen, I'm telling you, he may not look it. And sometimes you're like, oh, this guy's a little off. He seems a little daisy. I don't know. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, seems like he's... What a gentleman. I'm telling you, in fact, I'll even tell you guys a quick little story. At the very end of the night, as we were walking out with the gear and everything, he was cleaning up the mess around him.
Yes.
I am not even joking. He picked up the pizza box and some other little garbage that was around him, picked it up, and I made a gesture to him. I go, they're making you clean up. He goes, hey, I like a clean area. No word of a lie. He might look one way, but he's definitely another person behind the scenes. Great guy, and I thought he did a great job with the crowd. He knew where he was at. He knew who he was up against. He did a good job.
Let me tell you something. The greatest thing that he ever did was wear that tracksuit. That flower tracksuit ensemble that he was wearing.
Yes, that was nice.
I'm now a clear-cut Matt Riddle fan. Okay? That's all it took for me. I like the cut.
Absolutely.
Oh, you're talking about the jumpsuit between match. Yeah. So before and
it
after
was
the match.
beautiful. It was
Like
beautiful.
this floral. I mean, yeah, it was a Matt Riddle outfit.
A lot of flora.
Yeah, a lot of color on that thing.
Yes, exactly. Well, let's get into it. We got the daddy in the house. Let's get going. Where do we start? There is so much going on this past week.
I know.
I actually don't know where to start. I'll start real quick with the crown jewel from last week, meaning I want to talk a little bit about the John Cena, the AJ Styles specifically.
Sure.
How much did you enjoy that match?
I think that on your show, Mike, you guys said it the best. There's only certain people that can get away with certain things. And they did it. I thought it was so entertaining. It was super cool. I loved every part of it. And yeah, look, if you've been a professional wrestling fan for a long time, there's an emotional element to that whole match with both parties. It was really nice. And you know what? I got to credit AJ Styles with something as well. We're looking at a John Cena retirement tour, right? All eyes and spotlight are on John Cena. Yet AJ Styles comes in and he still gets that respect and light of day during that tour. I didn't feel it was overshadowed. I loved it.
Yeah.
Well, I talked to Meltzer about this on the show afterwards, and I said that this has to be the catalyst for what's going to be now in the future for certain names, a big retirement tour. Maybe they carry it out a year for each guy. Maybe they go 6 months, whatever it is. We don't know. AJ hasn't set a date yet for 2026. He just said next year he's going to retire. But to use another sports analogy from you guys, what are we facing now with John Cena and his last appearances here? We're literally in the Final Four, right?
I know.
So Final Four, to use the March Madness term, what are we doing? We're pulling out all the stops. We're doing everything we can. We're doing everything we want to get in there to try and give our very best and go all the way. Cena now is in this point where he gets to say, yeah, you know what? I did what I needed to do. I did what was right to do. I held back on a lot of things throughout my career because I didn't have to do everything else. But these are going to be the Final Four. I think they're going to be the best we see of John Cena. And we've seen a lot of great John Cena this year. A lot of it is because, he does get to change it up now. He's not afraid to take those risks. Yeah. He's not afraid to be different. And at the same time, right from that introduction of AJ Styles that he wrote.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
that's cool.
He wrote that for AJ. Doing the stuff they did and working out all the moves they worked out, it became the TNA versus WWE. It became AJ Styles versus John Cena, two top guys at their time, even though, you can say, well, TNA wasn't anywhere close. Honestly, guys, TNA was a lot better than a lot of people give it credit for in a lot of ways. But we got to see AJ give a lot of his tributes. We got to see John give a lot of his tributes. And like you'd mentioned, and it was Dave that said it, I think that, there's only certain guys that can get away with that sort of thing. And John Cena and AJ Styles were those guys.
I was kind of hoping AJ would have just cut his hair for it. If he was going to go revert back and go to the shorts, I'm like, you should have just cut your hair.
Soccer mom hair.
You're on the list. Yeah.
You got to wonder if he's going to, because there's word that he may want to be a producer or something afterwards. And I don't know if that's true or not. But, if he does do that, if he calls it quits, is the dew gone?
Yeah. I don't know if you said it on your pod, but whoever said it, that was a love letter to wrestling. It was.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The other thing I want to talk to you before we get to the big controversy, where everyone was talking about.
What do you got, Mitch? What do you got?
I want to talk about the Roman Reigns and the Bronson Reed. I'm telling you right now, I loved that they went with Bronson. I love that they went. Granted, he was home, like he was back in Perth and all that stuff, or back in Australia. But I liked that whole idea of going, hey, Roman, you're not the champ. You're not going to win every match. You're not going to be that guy that everyone... Because I think 90% of the people would have thought, Roman's going to win this, no problem. I loved it.
Yeah, you know what? I didn't know what to think because I knew there had to be some sort of chicanery if they're trying to get these guys built up and bigger and better. But, it was a decisive win for Bronson. And even with the interference and the outside elements and everything, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it was Bronson Reed over Roman Reigns, and Roman gave a lot of himself, took a lot of abuse in that match.
Sure he did, yeah, absolutely.
And, so I was all for it, too. I love what they're doing with Bronson Reed and Braun Baker. I think that if this is a case where, you guys have talked about it on your show, everybody's talked about it in wrestling for years, right? There was always and I don't even like saying it by name, but people call it the Jannetty syndrome, right? Where if you have a pair of guys, one guy's going to do way better than the other. Mm-hmm. And I think they've figured out a way most of the time in WWE now to avoid that. And AEW as well, to be honest. AEW's done a really good job of keeping two guys that are split, on a parallel level moving forward.
Right.
Yeah. So, I think that Bronson Reed looked fantastic. Every time I see him do the tsunami, it still freaks me out because of what happened with him off that cage. But it looks fantastic, and he was great.
Yeah, I love it. Look, can we just get back to when a faction becomes a faction and just destroys everyone? Yes, none of this halfway stuff where it's like, I would destroy you, but then we get... No, none of that anymore, okay? Yeah. I want to get back to it. They're two big wreckers. Beat everybody.
Okay, so on that note, let's skip to some other guys then. On your very show, you guys were not feeling the MFTs as much, even though they're coming out in full Guerrilla Destiny. So God mode, literally.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I dug it a lot more, I think, than you guys did.
I think it's the name. It's not. It's not the faction. It's the name.
Yeah. It sounds like NFT.
Yeah.
It's
the initials, the letters just don't go. The name is just silly.
And what's up with the tree? You got the learning tree, the family tree, this tree, the Dimitri. What's going on?
Yeah.
That's
literally
that one, weren't you?
4 weeks. But no, look, I get it. The gorilla, all that stuff, fine. And everyone just take it easy.
I know, he got a little backlash.
Okay?
South Carolina George was not a fan of us.
But
on that
Mike,
one.
to that point, fine. Then if you're going to wreck someone, I have a problem. Listen, we get in the ring one day and we get on the ropes and we look you in the face and we'll see you next week. And then we're just going to flip the script and we're going to get on the ropes and we're going to look at you in the face.
I've heard you do this voice like dozens of times on the show. I never knew it came with like little Elaine Bennett's finger
Did you see
points.
the pointers? Okay.
His finger pointing, yeah. Yeah.
So no, that's not wrecking. Get Braun Breaker and Reed in there and destroy them all. That's a family tree. That's a vision I can get behind.
I just changed the name. Change the name and you got me. You got me.
What about the gorillas? There we go. Guerrilla warfare.
That's okay.
Go back. God mode. I don't know. God mode.
God mode.
That you said it yourself.
Bullet Club. What? I mean, what? What did I say? What happened?
weird.
What happened here? What was it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's get down to it.
What about the... No, I didn't say it.
Don't do it.
I didn't say it.
Hey, not here. Hey. Not now.
The Warriors.
The B Warriors. No, I'm joking. Yeah. So, okay.
The Bushwhackers?
The Bushwhackers. That's right. So, at the end of Crown Jewel, you got the Seth Rollins taking on the Cody Rhodes. Good match. Great match, actually, I'll be honest with you. And then all of a sudden, Seth has that inkling. He goes, you know what? I got to do what I got to do to win this match.
Yeah.
Monday Night Raw comes around, and I don't care. So here's what was beauty about it. Let me give you my little experience on it.
Yes, Mitchell.
Because it was happening in Perth, my phone started blowing up telling me, hey, you know what? Raw just ended. You might want to take a look at this. And I saw what happened before I actually watched it live.
Right.
So when I turned on Netflix to watch the match, I was watching Braun Breaker like crazy. I was watching. Is he going to give a tell? Is he doing it? Yeah. He's the greatest poker player I've ever seen. I don't think he gave it away. And then the best part for me was at the end. The credits are rolling. Then he did it.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's how you do a pop. That's how you get my attention. That's what I love.
I think that's part of the reason why they added that executive producer thing. Is just to have that as a failsafe. Because it used to be the little stamp of, whatever the event logo was and the date, copyright, blah, blah, blah. But you have that extra executive producers, so-and-so, and then you get the logo, and then you're like, okay, well, the show's got to be, oh, wait, no, here we go.
Yeah.
And I'm with you there. The one thing I will say, I don't know if Braun Breaker has a great poker face. I don't think Braun Breaker has another face. I think that's just, he just always has that look like, kind of got to poop, kind of want to kill you.
Yeah.
Like, he's just got that kind of look on his face.
It's kind of the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
well, you're destroying either which way. Especially after a Donaire triple meat sub. But anyways, I digress. That's behind the scenes.
They don't know.
They don't know. They don't know. The bottom line is, yes. When was the last time we were surprised like that? With some real destruction and damage?
February.
And the best, well, fair. But the thing that I liked about it, too, is why it was so unexpected is because their faction is still relatively new.
That's right.
So we've been accustomed, especially in WWE, that there's this long runtime for things, right? Here's how it goes. Here's how it's supposed to go. And it's like, no. Now we just turned it on its head again. Oh, WrestleMania. The Heyman goes with the Rollins.
Yep.
He's going to carry the belt into... Plans just change. You're like, well, what happens next? What's going on now? And you're also sprinkling a little bit of the Jey Uso in there, too, where maybe...
You think? You think?
Maybe he's not so nice after all.
So the whole kayfabe thing with it as much as it worked, it backfired because he couldn't take the time off right now because no one would have believed it.
Right.
So I wonder, did they really want to do this?
Okay, I got another question.
I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to Mike.
You're talking about the Rollins with the injury?
That's correct. Yeah.
I don't know. And that's the funny thing, too, is that I texted Meltzer, I texted a couple other people too, and everybody says, nothing is for certain anymore after the whole fake out injury with Rollins the first time. But I don't see them pulling him as world champion. But again, we said that before. We don't see him being pulled as the guy, the number one contender or whatever he was, right? Money in the Bank. And so, I mean, who knows? Who knows? They're trying to keep us guessing. We complain when things are too predictable. We complain when when they're not predictable at all. But at the same time, I think this one's probably a little more legit. It just doesn't seem. Nothing of this makes sense to me. To have it be a fake injury this time.
No, for sure.
I also think that where I was going is I think the faction is better without him.
It can be.
It could be, yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
I actually think it's better without.
Are you adding? Is that because you think Brock is part of it? Is that, or are you just saying them two plus?
I think them two and whoever they add. That's why I'm kind of throwing a little. Maybe the Jey Uso kind of sees like this is an awesome opportunity because they're that breakout star level, right? They're all main event material. They could be put in a main event in some way, shape, or form. But they're not quite there yet because you have your staples. You got, your Brock Lesnar's back, Roman Reigns whenever he wants, Cody Rhodes, all these people. But they're right there on the bubble. And I'm telling you, why do we have to just try to overly reinvent the wheel? We're staring at the NWO. We're staring at the potential of a lot of people just running ripsaw and it making it work and believable. And that's my biggest miss with the MFT because that's what it should be. Should be. That's right? Like that's where the direction that they could go. But they're stuck on this old identity of I was once the bloodline. How do we kind of come up with a bloodline type name to keep the bloodline? No, change the whole imagine a faction where you had if Solo Sikoa joined the Braun Breaker and the Bronson Reed, or someone, or a Fatu, like the group of wreckers, and you say, yeah, let's go. That's what I'd like to see.
So when you say that, then I'm just thinking of the showdown between the MFTs that we saw with them and the Wyatts afterwards. Clearly, they're going to be going after championships, right? They want those tag titles from the Wyatts.
That's right.
So they want the power there. Who does Solo go after then? Is Solo going after Ilya Dragunov for the U.S. title?
Hey, are you in my notes? You're in my notes. It's right there.
You bring that up.
When you bring up the idea that we don't know what's happening anymore, where did that come from? Like, good on him that he's back. Happy to see you back. I love the open challenge. We talked about it last week with the whole idea of Zayn saying, hey, whoever wants, you don't need a storyline, whatever. But when you don't need a storyline, fine. But don't you kind of need a little bit of sense? Like, Dragunov just shows up and wins the title. Like, I mean, don't you want a little meat to that bone? Really?
Yeah, I'll tell you.
You don't think anyone else deserved maybe that belt over him right now?
We talked about if you're going to do an open challenge, you're going to do the pop, make it at least count. And here's a guy that is believable that he had this trajectory before his injury.
Sure.
And so yes, let's do it. Let's make a change. Let's get out there.
Yeah.
Let's make something happen.
Are you liking the Sans beard, Sans mustache?
I don't mind the Sans mustache.
He's got a crazy
but
tat
the
going
neck
on.
tattoo. I was gonna. How do you feel? That's second neck tattoo guy.
And a second champion neck tattoo guy.
He should team up with Cody Rhodes.
He should tag up with him.
Yeah.
I'm more concerned that it looks like the man hasn't had a carb in 8 months.
Yeah,
Jesus, he ripped.
He definitely has.
I mean, he's always been that, but wow.
Yeah.
The only thing I have that's a big leg brace. You wear red. Maybe style it up a little bit. Like if you're going to wear a big leg brace.
Like Charlotte, bedazzle it a little bit.
Bedazzle it a bit.
I think
put a logo on there.
Something there, yeah.
Because I look and I
spray paint it. Yeah.
You make a lot of money.
Hey. This is it. No, you know what? I'm a big fan. I like the guy. I think it's great. No one saw that coming. So I am liking that WWE is just throwing things and work. You like it, you don't like it. You're taking it. It doesn't make a difference, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm interested.
I liked it, but I'm still a little surprised because if I'm in the back, I'll be honest with you, I'm just thinking about a Drew McIntyre. I'm thinking about other guys in the back. They're going, so when do I get something? Oh, you want me to go fight Cody again? Great. Like I don't know why I have this thing with Drew. I kind of just feel bad for the guy. I want him to get the belt for more than 10 minutes. I think he deserves it. I really do.
Now I'm going to play a smart nosy insider wrestling fan here and say, don't you think that for a second here, and this is going back to the conversation we had last year, when we were talking about Swerve and losing and everything. So this is going to be my
what do you got?
This is going to be my paradigm shifting thought for you for this year, Mitch.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, yeah. So hot when you talk like this.
So good.
Behave. The fact that that's what you feel for Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
Do you not think that is actually better than him being champion? Because then you're more invested. Even though he's a heel and you're not supposed to want him to win anything, let's face it, we all got our favorites. And you're thinking to yourself, when's this guy going to get a chance? See, this is where This is where there's working stuff in the ring and there's working stuff outside the ring. And with the Triple H era, we've noticed a lot more working outside the ring. We've noticed like the internet rumors get all changed up. We've noticed the buzz around certain people changing, right?
Yeah.
So if you are looking at a guy like Drew McIntyre going, when is he actually going to get his chance to hold a title for more than 10 minutes? When that finally happens, that's the big blow-off. That's the big payoff. So it may happen. It may never happen.
Right.
He's
But
going to be the next women's champion.
He could.
did it, Mike.
That'd be nice.
I knew it.
But the fact... Shut up. The fact that that's how you feel, right? To me, if I'm a promoter, if I'm a storyteller, I'm like, good. I got Mitch exactly where I want him.
Yeah, you're right. Here, I'll give you another one. Even though I'm not his biggest fan, we talk about him all. GW Joe.
You're right.
You're not a fan of GW Joe?
No. What I'm saying is, me and him are on the same page when it comes to this next character. He's my favorite, by the way.
Yeah.
He's the only one missing, really.
Yeah. What do you?
What about CM Punk now? What happens now? See, you could put them both in the same category. I care less a little bit about the CM Punk thing. I care more about the Drew thing. But to your point, is that now what we're all doing?
We've done the exact same thing. It's great that you made that comparison because we saw this just happen with Punk. Had the exact same thing happen to him that happened to Drew. Wins the championship. Let's not forget now, CM Punk, since coming back, has won a championship, main evented WrestleMania. He's done everything he's wanted to do.
Yeah.
Right? But the championship, how long did that last?
Yeah, like 5 minutes.
Exactly.
Guys, that's a long time, okay?
I agree with that.
Okay.
That 5 minutes can be considered a long time.
Why we're criticizing
Yeah,
these 5
that's a good
minutes.
point. The 5
Ladies
minutes.
and gentlemen, welcome to the old married dads portion of the alternate commentary table featuring Mitch and Dimitri.
Okay? So what if it only happens once a year? The championship, of course.
Of course, yeah. What else would we be talking about?
Of course.
I mean, it's weird that you wear it before you go to bed, but...
Is it? Is it?
Can we talk about the greatest champion in WWE right now?
Dirty Dom.
Dirty Dom.
Yes.
There's. What do you want me to say? The best part of Monday Night Raw was he's about to he was walking to the ring and he saw Rusev and stopped.
Yeah. Come on. He gets it.
He gets it, man.
Yeah, he's like, no, I don't. He literally does everything that we talk about on this show that we wish could happen.
No, he's batting 1,000 right now. There is talk that it may be Dom and John Cena for the Intercontinental Championship. I even saw some people saying it could happen at Survivor Series. There's nothing announced, nothing confirmed. Obviously, they're not even talking about it yet, but
I don't know what would happen.
Something?
What would happen if they do? That's two worlds colliding. You don't want that.
Listen to me. We're seeing it all around in professional wrestling. We need to get this guy as many global belts as humanly possible.
I think so.
Right? Like this is actually where we joked around. He needs to go to a high school and take a high school belt somewhere or a medal. He's got to do that.
He's got to do it.
Now, my question, do you allow Dirty Dom to break the current intercontinental streak held by the Goonth?
As of right now, there's no reason why. Here's the thing with Dominic that I think. It's a train. It's going to. Gunther was just a different time, a different COVID and all that stuff was all happening around that time and stuff, right? Dominic, I think, is just on a really fast train right now. It might slow down in about 6. If he takes on John Cena, that worries me. I'm dead serious. Because now that's a bump. That's not a good thing because we're all going to want John, but then we all know John's leaving. But do we really want to see Dominic take out John? I don't know. I can't handle it. This is too much for me.
Yeah, this is the worst thing that's ever happened
This
to
is
you.
not good.
No, it's not good.
Tell me that's not true, Mike. Tell me it's not true.
Yeah, tell him, Daddy. Tell him.
So how about this, though? And I want to go back to what you were talking about with the Vision earlier. Okay, and a leader being taken out very soon into the whole thing, and then other stars rising far beyond anything we ever thought we'd see. Dominic Mysterio is a perfect example of that because, remember, Judgment Day started with who?
That's right.
Edge
/ Adam Copeland / whatever.
But let's face it, I mean, the days of the Edge Judgment Day are long gone.
Yeah.
And Dominic Mysterio has risen to become the figurehead of this thing, right? So Dominic Mysterio against John Cena may not have made sense 2 years ago at all. In fact, I'll go ahead and say there's no reason why that match could have or should have would have happened.
100%.
But now the guy gets a huge reaction. He's a double champion. Don't forget, he's the figurehead of TKO's latest investment in AAA. Mm-hmm. And so why not put all the money on this thing? As for the match and what happens, nothing saying that Cena has to win the title but not win the match. True. Right?
There is that whole thing that we've said where I heard he was going to take on Gunther. I was like, but Gunther doesn't need that push. Now that you've said that, we all think Dominic's there, but getting that nudge by John Cena, that's
this would be one along the way. Gunther is still supposedly going to be the last guy, right?
Right.
That goes with the whole, he retires guys. He put Goldberg out of his misery. He's going to take Cena out, and then maybe it becomes AJ Styles next year. Gunther could be that guy.
Got it.
Yeah.
Right? But
it makes sense.
But Dom could be a credible, one of the final four.
Right.
And that will go down as maybe one of the greatest matches of all time. I say you give Dom the belt, give him the championship belt, you guys.
No, I don't know. You know what? I don't want him. I think the Intercontinental is a perfect belt for him.
I agree.
Him getting the Universal title or the Heavyweight Championship, I don't know. It just doesn't go. It's a perfectly fine suit on him right now.
You know what would work for him? You know what would work for him? If he was the only guy to ever win the tag team championship.
Now, listen to me. Now you're onto something.
Himself.
And let's call it.
Handicap match 2-on-1. It's 2-on-1. Okay?
Yeah.
It's 2-on-1. They're trying to set him up. He comes out on top and he wins the tag championship.
There isn't one person
that
would say that's a bad idea at WWE. In the tag team division, no one's going to fight you on this.
What do you want?
No
the Motor City Mopeds, like you call them? Which, by the way...
Yeah, what happened there? What is happening over
there? Sorry. I had a dream they were on SmackDown yesterday. I fell asleep on the couch when I got home. And then I saw Mitch talks about them all the time. Are they there?
I actually believe that you fell asleep on the couch rather than being told, because we left Hitman's rather early yesterday. So
I did. I fell asleep at the end of SmackDown trying to watch it.
Yeah, I tried to, but it wasn't working.
Yeah.
I watched it this morning.
Fair.
Yeah,
good on you.
Yeah, this is what I do. I'm an investigative journalist. I don't even know what to tell you. I'm a big fan of... Can I ask one question, honestly speaking?
Of course.
Okay? With Dom, why do they always refer... Like, we all know it's, Dominic's son, but they always go to the
Rey
Guerrero.
Mysterio's son, you mean?
Or, pardon me, yeah. Rey Mysterio's son. But they always compare him... Does he actually... I guess, does he wrestle more like Guerrero than he does his own dad? Like,
I think it's the mullet.
Or is it just the storyline they just keep following with it? But I do find that they just continuously talk more about Guerrero.
See, if this was Maury Povich, we would find out, because they would have
they could have did
the
it.
angle.
That's the angle.
You are not the father. Well, I told you. I
think a large part of it is a tribute to Eddie, and obviously because of the storyline when Dominic was a kid about how Eddie was, supposedly his father, and he does look, with that hair and that mustache. I mean, geez, it's hard not to see it sometimes. But I don't know if you guys saw what they did in Japan, because they're currently doing a loop in Japan as well. But Dom came out in a tiger mask, which was what Eddie Guerrero wore, right? So that was one of his.
Yeah.
So
listen, I know a lot about what happens in Japan. The wrestling.
Yeah, of course. Well, what else were you thinking?
You're this close. You're this close.
Guys, Mike's doing the fingers. He's doing the two fingers together.
And he's holding like he's doing with the finger. He's got the...
Well, I'm also trying to hide the cutoff finger from
That's why,
last weekend.
Otherwise, it would go.
Hold on. Okay. All right, let's move on here real quick. I want to bring up something, because I was convinced it was going to happen at least on Monday Night Raw, and that's the Rhea Ripley, the whole Io Sky, the whole Kabuki Warrior situation and everything. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
You're not wrong. I mean, what are we doing here? Mike, I need your insight on this one. What are we doing here?
Yeah, what would you
have
suggest?
Potentially the biggest star in all of WWE and Rhea Ripley, and we're not doing anything with
They're
it.
cooling her off for a reason, and what that reason is, I don't know. There is speculation she might be getting ready for something to do with film or something, but that is, again, just speculation. I don't know why she is not in the lead of the pack the way she should be right now. Dave said, it looked like she might even be changing a little physically just to try and tone up for a movie or something. So, I mean, it could be that. It could be anything. We don't know. But the bottom line is that we do need to elevate some other talents in the women's division, in the men's division, in the entire company, right? Like, we're going to go through this phase here where, your Roman Reigns and people like that are going to start falling by the wayside. So we need to start building bigger stars. Maybe this is cooling off to the point of ice cold so that when she does heat back up again, it's massive. But, I mean, you can only go so long. And just seeing her, Rhea Ripley, in this bizarre tag team situation, it's not doing much for me either. So I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Well, the thing is, the Kabuki Warriors themselves aren't working. Like, nothing in that is really working for me. And so it's one thing to say, because I look at Roman Reigns, for example, where you see he's taking a back seat, but at least there's something there. And we talked about it. It's like, maybe he doesn't have the title, although we think he should, but at least there's a storyline and something entertaining. That whole operation of storyline, no one's bringing anything to the table. That's how I feel.
I disagree, and respectfully, I mean, you like what you like, you don't, right? That's what we always say. Everybody's tastes are different here. I have enjoyed Asuka immensely since she came back. I mean, I've always loved Asuka. I think she's just, generational talent sort of thing when it comes to especially the women. But this weird dynamic. I mean, it's very foreign feeling to me. Like, it's very international. Like, it has a Japanese flavor to it, where you have the over dramatization of the the abusive, imposing partner over the Kyrie, who's very like, oh no, what do I do, sort of thing.
Yeah.
I get it. You're right. I like that too. You're right.
So it has that vibe to me, where, okay, I know that I'm not going to be watching the most serious acting. I'm not going to see the most down-to-earth, grounded characters, but that's what it is, Like, okay, for example, Greek theater, right? Very different style than what a North American theater would be, very different than what a Japanese theater would be. But they all have their own kind of flavor, their own delivery. Behave yourself.
Why this one's on you, Mike. You set him up.
I
know, but you're both going to behave yourselves.
So what you're saying is... No, okay. Individually, I like it. The idea of it, again, I'm with you and I like it. I just feel the execution, it's just not... It's not delivering the punch that it should be.
And for you, it's not. And that's just it. There are going to be fans that are 100% behind this. And don't forget, they also are just doing a tour of Japan right now. So they're bringing a lot of those fans in on their...
Stop it, Mitch. Stop it.
I didn't do anything.
I'm not going to just say Japan and have this trigger that this is the problem with you. No, it's you. It's you.
I agree. Dimitri. It's you.
Yo, you know what? You're goody two-shoes boy over there behind the scenes.
You know what you are, Dimitri? Dimitri, you're becoming that guy. Okay, you're becoming that guy that says really awkward, awful things. But you think you're trying to normalize it so that way you can get away with talking about it more.
Becoming that guy, or
or you're just showing more that you are that guy.
That's right. There it is.
It only takes time to reveal itself.
I'll give you that.
But here's my thing with the Kabuki Warriors. Why can't, like, Shinsuke Nakamura? He came back.
Yes.
Why can't he join that faction? Why can't they create that bloodline type of feel over there?
First of all, rest in peace, Samurai Nakamura, 2025 to 2025.
Right.
I like that look, actually. I liked the new gimmick. I thought it was a nice reinvention. But why can't he? With Shinsuke, I think that ship has kind of sailed.
Yeah.
And I love Nakamura. I've always loved Nakamura. Some people don't get him. Some people don't understand him. And there was a time where it did kind of seem like he was phoning it in a bit. But I just think that they need to do what we talked about earlier, and that is focus on getting newer faces.
Yeah.
Getting fresher faces, younger faces. Start building a new heritage with a new line of talent. So,
is it the dad bod in the pajamas that gets you with Nakamura?
They're not pajamas.
No, Mike. We humbly
pajamas.
disagree. Those were silky pajamas.
Yeah, that's right.
And if either of us had the money that we could wrestle in that and afford to wrestle in that without worried about splitting the seam, we'd be wearing them all the time.
Forget wrestle. I'd go to work.
I was going to say, I'd be in them right now. I'd be, dude.
You want to come over for some steaks?
Pajamas for
Look at
life.
my new apron.
Absolutely.
See, what's wrong with pajamas?
Nothing's wrong. We want him to acknowledge it.
He should brand his pajamas. I got myself a nice set of silky Nakamuras.
Nakajamis.
Nakajamis. There it is. Speaking of that, speaking on Rhea Ripley being somebody that's hot in their industry, but just not being maybe utilized to what we want. Let's go over to AEW, the Tony Storm, the Chris Stradlander, that whole back and forth. I actually really liked their promo on Wednesday. I don't know if you saw it.
Oh, yeah.
They started off, even Renee got into it. It was awesome. And I just don't know why they had to take the belt off her now. I've said it on this show myself that I don't mind that Chris has it, but I just don't get what's going to happen, especially today. Hey, it's WrestleDream night. Are you bored? Didn't you have a pay-per-view for the last 14 hours? Don't worry, we got one ready for you. We'll talk about that in a minute.
That will be 14 hours long.
Oh my goodness. Oh, absolutely. Wait until you see this card. It's crazy. But your thoughts on Tony? Does she get her belt? Like, well, I guess don't answer that. What are they doing with Tony? Same thing as Rhea? Are they just trying to cool her off, Mike? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
You need to have some off time with her, and Toni Storm doesn't need the championship. That's the thing. She's at that level now where she does not need the title. She is the biggest star, and I'll go ahead and say it. She's the biggest star in that company right now that has been reinvented and basically self-made. Yeah, Toni Storm, when she came into AEW, was still the Toni Storm we saw in WWE. Then everything changed. The reinvention has paid off in spades. She's one of the most sought-after talents. She's making money hand over fist. And good on her, because she's worked her tail off for it, literally. I mean, okay, the character is one thing. The character's fine. But the matches she has had are insane.
I don't disagree. And I like, again, you educated us a little bit last year. You said sometimes it's good to be chasing the belt. When we
Absolutely.
And I like that aspect. The only thing that I don't like about all this is if you were going to go the route to take the belt off, why not give it to the Mercedes when you have that storyline just back and forth staring at you in the face?
Because it gives Mercedes something to chase for still. This weekend we talked on McGuire on Wrestling to the president of Winnipeg Pro Wrestling, where now, as we speak, tomorrow, they're going to be having that match for the Winnipeg Pro Wrestling Women's Championship. That could be the record-breaking 11th simultaneous championship, so she technically breaks Ultimo Dragon's record. And again, you can argue the prestige of all these titles and everything all you want, but the bottom line is that's the story they're telling with these championships. Yet she still couldn't get the big one. So if she ties or breaks the record, she's tied the record now. If she breaks the record and then goes after that women's championship again and then gets the victory, who's the perfect person without a championship to take it off her?
Right. No love lost there. And you know what? To all those haters that knock the prestige of anything.
No, I'm asking you, who's going to take it? Who's going to take it off her? Who's going to knock that championship off her?
Off Mercedes?
Yeah. If she wins it.
Well, I feel like it has to. Maybe this is why they took Tony off and go
there you
that
go.
way.
There it is.
There you go.
There it is.
See, this is how it all comes
for
together.
all the belts.
And this is fantasy booking here at its finest, right? Like, I don't know a damn thing that's going on, but in my mind, it makes sense where, like, okay, you know what? Sure, you beat Chris Statlander for the championship, but you didn't beat me. And Toni Storm says, bring all your little belts. Bring them all, because the only one I want is that one right there.
Oh my God!
Brilliant.
He did it again.
This could be that actually makes all the sense in the world now. I want to believe they've thought this far down. I really do.
Yeah.
I just can't help but feel they don't.
And knowing
seems
AEW,
like-
it'll be like, and she needs to finish her story.
That's right.
Like,
Oh, jeez.
Oh, no.
Because somehow they'll fumble at the 1 yard line, right, with some kind of promo. But that makes a lot of sense in the world. But I would say with the haters, with the prestige of the belts, you know what? At the end of the day, you're still going around with wrestling promotions are saying, hey, can you have our belt so that because this is how we view you? I'm sick of that. That's why, you know what? Stop it, haters. Stop it.
Last night with our Dungeon Wrestling show, we had 3 championship matches. We billed them as 3 championship matches. When I said tonight, ladies and gentlemen, you're getting 3 championship matches, everybody popped for it. Yep. Championships can still mean something. The best part about these titles, though, okay, what were the titles? We had the PWA Champions Grail, which is the Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling, basically the international championship that they have. That
it's
they share.
A conglomeration of
share with like Japan and a few other countries that are all they got promotions that are all cycled around this title. So again, it's truly like an international intercontinental title that goes everywhere, including Canada with Dungeon Wrestling, Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling, and wherever, frankly, right now Rohan Raja wants to defend it. So that was cool. People got behind it. Didn't know what it was. A lot of people still don't know what it is.
Right.
But you get excited for it, right? Then we have Mojibari. With the biggest part of this name is that it's from the Chris Jericho Cruise, okay? And it actually started out, I think, as a bit of a rib, the Oceanic Championship. Like, if you think about it, it sounds kind of silly, right? Like, I'm the champion of the oceans. Okay, sure.
That's why it's got a Poseidon.
Yeah, I saw that.
But
beautiful belt, by
Greek.
But at the same time, it's what you make it matter. And if Mercedes is going to flaunt these 10 or 11 championships as the most important things to her, then good on her.
Yeah.
Because that is adding legitimacy to those titles. And when she comes back to every one of those other 10 promotions to defend, and you would presume eventually lose them all.
Right.
Because we saw this happen with FTR when they had all these championships and then they went on the big losing tour and they lost them all within a couple months, right? Then it just makes whoever gets the belt from her look that much better in those local promotions. So you can poo-poo them all you want on local levels or on international levels, but on local levels, I gotta say, and I've never been like the biggest Mercedes Moné fan. It's not anything personal. I don't know her. I don't care, but it just, for me, I never really got it, right? But she's going to give back to these companies that put her over now.
Oh, yeah.
And the only way she can fumble this is if she doesn't.
See, she needs someone to carry the belts for her.
I was thinking the exact same
Well, she has those guys now, right? Like the last pay-per-view they came.
She needs them.
Yeah, but all the time. But I say get one person for each belt.
Oh, 11
right?
people.
And like in boxing when they just hold it up when you
Great
walk.
idea.
Yeah, it's
like an
amazing.
entourage.
She's literally going to need to consign a baseball. Tony's got the football teams.
Yeah,
right?
that's right. Hey, that's a great idea.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Bring them all
I
out.
love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Jacksonville Jaguars are coming out with all these women's championships.
Hey, listen, they're finally winning.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Thank you. Come on, Daddy Con.
There it
Come
is.
on.
There it is.
I love it.
AEW this week, can I just say something? Vignette a la Moore. Like everything was vignette. I loved it. I loved all the Moxley and the Darby Allin. That was great. They had to literally put them in a prison to talk to each other. And then our friend General Zod came out of nowhere. Pant Pock now? Do we call him?
Pock. But I have to say,
Pock.
you guys have never had a more accurate description for somebody.
Thank
and
you.
I was trying to place it as soon as he came back without the hair. You got it. Pock is General Zod. Absolutely.
That's it.
You're right.
Like a short General Zod, but still.
And just because Don Callis needed one more member, he brings in Mark Webber to join him. And can I just say, he looks like every Greek boy's dad.
Oh, yeah?
That is our Greek dad's physique.
Yeah.
That's the underwear, how high they hike them up when they get downstairs from napping or waking up in the morning. That is our dad. So Mark Webber, you're GWO. I'm just saying.
The only thing that would really enhance him is if he had tighty whities, but it was loose on the back.
Yeah, exactly.
And then he'd be full.
Then he's full.
Which a little bit of a hunch. A little
hunchy.
Right?
I liked it.
And his finishing move should just be an open palm, fingers wide hand slap.
Are you in my brain?
It's over.
This is it. This is exactly.
Yeah.
And a cigarette.
Yeah.
And he walks down the aisle with a cigarette.
Yeah. But to set it up, it's not like you set it up with a wrestling move. The setup is, excuse me, what did you say? Come here.
It's like when Hogan used to do the psych up, right?
What did you say? Yeah, it's like a head turn. Listen here, you son of my...
Yeah, it's over. Oh, no.
Daddy, no.
All right, we're
I'll
off.
never talk to mom like that again.
We got Mike in the house. Let's go. It's WrestleDream tonight. Like I said, if you were bored because you haven't seen a pay-per-view in a while, well, here's one for you. All right, let's go. It's Jamie Hayter, a.k.a. Becky Lynch, taking on Thekla.
I don't know. Thekla, I suppose?
Sure.
I think so.
Greek name.
Let's keep on that theme. Tornado Trios match. The Hurt Syndicate versus the Demand. Can I ask a question? Why again? How many times do we have to watch this?
Yeah.
I don't care. I mean, her business can do no wrong in my world. My boy MVP's there, so
do it.
Yeah. All right.
THS now. Hurt Syndicate.
The Hurt Syndicate. You know what? I don't mind them not having the belt, but I kind of wish they still had the belt. It's kind of weird. I don't know where I feel with it.
Let's go with them.
There's a $500,000 challenge. Young Bucks versus the Jurassic Express.
I got to go with the Young Bucks. They need this.
I don't think I've actually felt your emotion on this. Is that where are you going on this? Is it the Young Buck that you moaned, or was it the Jurassic Express?
Or the Jurassic
I'm
Buck?
over all of it, to be honest.
Really?
As we're talking about trying to find new faces and everything. I mean, good for Jack Perry for managing to rehab his image or whatever it took to get back in good graces with people, because we all know what happened. I'm not going to dig up that old dirt again, but I mean, Jack Perry, to me, was a guy that has had it all, but for one reason or another has squandered it. So, him and Luchasaurus and the Bucks, if they're going to do what they're going to do, I mean, Jurassic Express I think by definition would have to win this one, wouldn't they? I mean, you're just getting these other two guys back together.
You'd think so.
Why would you? But then the Bucks are the Bucks, so I don't know.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
I don't know. I'm picking Jurassic Express.
I Quit match, Darby versus John Moxley. Okay, can I just say one thing? The way John Moxley's been talking, and then there's the internet rumbling. Is this where I quit means I quit? Like, I ain't coming back.
What?
Yeah, that's what. I'm not lying to you. I just got that vibe.
Daddy,
Mike, am I crazy?
Tell
Mike?
us it ain't so, Mike.
I could see a lot of things happening. I can see Chris Jericho showing up in WWE again. I can see a lot of things happening, but I don't see John Moxley ever leaving the company.
Oh, okay.
Well, just based on what he likes to do stylistically doesn't work for WWE.
Mm-hmm.
He likes the hardcore, he likes the gore, he likes that stuff. And the reason why I say he likes it, it's not like dude can't do other things. He made it to WWE champion not doing what he's doing now. The company believed in him and he just didn't jive with them and they didn't jive with him, and that's the way it is. We all saw what happened after the Stone Cold podcast thing and his general lack of interest in a lot of what was going on back then. So he reinvents himself, and it's working for him, and all the power to him.
Yeah.
Personally, because I got a show tonight, I'm going to be watching the rebroadcast early in the morning before I do the McGuire and Wrestling show. I'm not looking forward to this match at all.
Yeah.
I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the gore. So, who wins? People that like that sort of wrestling.
Who knows literally what could they possibly do that they have not done to each other yet?
I don't know, and that's the thing. Like, I agree with that sentiment. And can't we just have a match with Darby Allin that's just not that over the top? Like, now it's getting to the point, for me at least, of disinterest. Like, okay, like we joke about it. What's next? The flamethrower match, the dance around in an actual volcanic pit of lava match. Like, what are we doing?
When Joe and I think it was Joe and I, somebody and I were talking about AEW years ago during the old shows, and we do like weekly TV reviews and weekly pay-per-view reviews, and I said flat out, like, it's getting to the point where now you're going to see John Moxley and Darby Allin, right? They're going to do all sorts of things to each other. They're going to pull out screwdrivers. They're going to pull out chairs, all this other stuff, barbed wire. John Moxley's going to pull out a cleaver, slice and dice Darby Allin into 1,000 little pieces, cover him, and Darby's still going to kick out at 2. And the pile of Darby Allin is going to kick out at 2, and then just keep the match going. Because, like, what else can they do to each other, right?
Yeah, no, seriously.
Yeah, but haven't we learned? Just take a Rolex and hit a guy in the face.
That's all you got to do.
That's it.
Yeah.
Knock Cody Rhodes out cold.
Coming soon, the AEW Can You Dodge a Bullet match.
Yeah, seriously, man.
Oh, man.
Well, don't underestimate it. Maybe. Maybe. Kyle Fletcher and Mark Briscoe, TNT Championship.
I really want the Briscoe to win.
Don't we all?
I do, but I just don't see that
That's
happening.
not going to happen. Brodito versus Okada. And by the way, I also got reprimanded last week.
Why?
You get reprimanded, you got AI flagged.
I got I flagged AI.
You flagged.
Because of how I say a certain wrestler's name.
Say it with me. Ta.
Kesh.
Ta. There you go.
Takeshita. I'm calling him K-Take. That's his new name.
He says swear words.
And AI flagged me.
And AI flags you.
Yeah.
And I just reference a call.
I think
you know what?
AI knows.
Let it go.
AI knows what I was trying to do.
And
I was trying.
Allegedly reference.
I was
allegedly.
trying. That's the
I
difference.
never said it. That's my new shirt, Mike. I never said it.
I think in this match, if I may be,
Yeah.
this is where we see the breakup of Okada and Takeshita.
Really?
Yep. I think, well, he turned off the TV when he was talking the other day. They've had a little bit of tension. I just see this happen.
I
And
can
now,
see it.
Didn't, and Domar, like, this is where South Carolina, Georgia, I should have called him right before. Takeshita won the
IWGP championship.
Yeah. So now both have championship. Now Dawn's got to make a decision. Who do I like more? Which kid do I like
Champion
more?
versus champion.
This is what I'm saying.
Well,
Mitch is right. What if?
To be fair, Takeshita's title means a lot more than Okada's does, just in general.
Well,
You're absolutely-
Okada begs to differ, my friend.
That's right. That's right.
But that's the story of the feud right there.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's the story
I
of the
like
feud.
it, Mitch. The breakup.
The breakup.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. I'm telling you. Because Brodito just got the belts, too. And I mean, giving the belts to these guys, it's not a bad idea. I love it. But at the end of the day, what are you going to do? Chris Stradlander and Tony Storm. What do we do here, boys?
Well, we take the extra R out of Statlander, first of all.
Stratlander?
Statlander.
Oh, it's Stat. There's no R?
Yeah.
There's no R.
I thought it was Strat.
Really? I thought it was silent.
The R?
It is silent to the point of not existing.
Strat.
So
Stat.
Stratlandy, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Stratlandy?
Stratesta.
I don't know if I have dyslexia. I have the opposite where I add letters to names.
No. You know what it is? No, it's not. It's called ignorance. Like, Mitch doesn't know. Like, look at the names. He just goes with what he thinks the name should be.
I think I have a thing, man.
I think so too, because remember, and this is a little Easter egg for when the matches end up on YouTube, but we were doing a match last night, Chris Knight versus Bryce Hansen.
Yeah.
Oh, the
young Lion, Bryce Hansen.
Yeah, Bryce Young.
Yeah, Bryce, and all of a sudden, so I get the dig in. So this is just something for ACT and Celebrate Wrestling listeners. I get in on Mitch and said, Mitch, you never really were that good with names. Or no, I said, Mitch, you're usually so good with names. That's what I said.
It was if you know, you know. And in all fairness, Bryce Young is the quarterback for the Carolina Panthers.
So I wasn't wrong.
So you weren't wrong, just not.
He wasn't actually in front of us.
But he wasn't there.
No,
Yeah.
young lion Bryce Hansen may have better luck at football. We'll see.
Hey, maybe. Tony
Panther,
Storm.
lion, cat.
There it is. See?
How does Mitch get blamed?
How could I?
Exactly.
Thoughts on that match? Is Tony getting her belt back?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I think there's going to be some sort of outside element because you can run a feud with Tony Storm and somebody else.
Last match, champion Hangman Adam Page taking on Samoa Joe. Hey, this is the championship match of the pay-per-view.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
It's been 5 hours. Granted, this is it.
Can I tell you why I want Hangman Adam Page to win? So I could just see the promo where he comes in and starts yelling for 10 minutes about how terrible his life is and how he's faced adversity. You know, something different.
I can't argue with you. I need Samoa Joe to get that championship back more than I need to breathe right now.
Exactly.
More than he needs a finger.
Well, you know what else I need?
What?
The alternate scenario. All right, listen, we're going to just do one and one only because
Dimitri Quagmire over here. You went full giggity for that one.
He's
like every time you can ask Mitch.
Oh yeah, he does, buddy. It's his thing.
Every time, yeah.
It's his thing.
The finger point, you're calling another. Ooh.
Your legs are kicking up. I think you wet yourself a little bit.
Oh,
Jeez, I don't know what's going
not
on.
a little bit, a lot of it.
No.
Yeah.
Spiderweb in your pants.
Here is the question.
What's the Japanese word for that, Mike?
No idea.
Go, move on.
I got one question and one question only. I start a new promotion today, okay? Dungeon Wrestling, Mitch style. And I have the opportunity to bring in one person.
Okay.
Rhea Ripley or Tony Storm. I can only pick one. Who do I bring in?
Tag me in.
I'm tagging Mike in.
Nobody shows up at the airport because you unexpectedly booked Rhea Storm.
Also true, which she probably exists. So Rhea, welcome to the team.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
There it is.
I love it. I love it.
Do you want to answer it?
Bryce Young shows up.
Bryce Young showed up.
That is so good.
I gotta practice. I gotta just practice at home. That's
He's
it.
got his football gear too. He's like, so where's the field?
Where's the game?
The first overall pick in wrestling promotion, Mitch Hontzias selects Bryce Young of the Carolina Panthers as the IWAB NHL
He'll love it.
CT.
He'll love it. He'll love it.
I love it. And you know what else I love? Doing this podcast, the Alternate Commentary Table, that's brought to you by the Celebrate Wrestling Podcast Network. You gotta keep up with what's going on behind the scenes, but in front of your face, and that's the Facebook page. Please ask to join in, as Dadi so eloquently says. There's a little bit of a screening process just to keep the bots out,
Have a great
but
one,
to make sure to keep the good fun and the great attitudes and everyone in. Shout out to the GWO. Shout out to everyone across the world that supports us. We really appreciate you. You don't got to stop here. You got to listen to McGuire on Wrestling tomorrow, and then Legends and Champions from our friends from the other side of the pond. But because he's live, unlive, in studio, we leave it to Dadi to close the show.
Well, I do want to say this too. You know what, Mitch, if you are in the Calgary area, Southern Alberta area, and you would like to line up with Mitch, a limited number of printed GWO shirts are now in the Calgary area, available for purchase while supplies last.
That's right.
So you can reach out to Mitch on the Celebrate Wrestling Facebook page about that. But yeah, gentlemen, thank you for letting me hang out with you again and for doing the Dungeon Wrestling Fun. And that's it.
The pleasure is all ours. And one last thing. Chair shot.